Hello everyone, this is Caitlin Penny and welcome back to my room of absolutely terrible lighting, and today I'm going to be reacting to crazy and random motorsport movements by 15 Seconds to Freedom. A link to this video will be in the description of this video that you're watching right now. Last time I reacted to crazy motorsport movements by MadLab, and that was an interesting video, but I quite enjoyed it, so today I'm going to be continuing that theme. I'm very excited actually. It looks like we're starting with a Formula Rally 2.0 clip from Donington Park, and there's a very good chance that I was actually here during this race meeting, because this looks to be quite old. And if this was taken from like 2005 to 2007, chances are I was actually there. Oh, I don't remember that happening. Oh, coming right back on. Oh dear. Right back on in front of the pack. Okay, there's a lot to unpack with. Oh my goodness, what's happening there? Yes, okay, so there's a lot to unpack with this one. First of all, I'm not sure if I was there or not, because, I don't really remember this accident happening, but I would have been really, really young at the time, so there is a good chance that I wouldn't remember it. What have we got to unpack here? First of all, why did this car roll? Well, you can see how the wheel is kind of bent up there. It means that as the car spins around, still going at a very, very high speed, it's trying to kind of dig into the grass or whatever. And normally it wouldn't be able to, because the car would be wide enough to stop that from happening. But of course the wheel's kind of flopping up on this occasion, and it allows the underside of the car to dig into the ground. That is a very violent rollover though, down through the Craner curbs here at Donington. Now these two Red Bull cars got so unlucky. I mean, that guy got lucky, but this guy just spinning straight back into the pack. This is one of the most dangerous places to have a spin like that, because if you spin here, it's downhill, so you're always going to slide just right down into this section here, down at the old hairpin. And this is quite a fast section of the course as well, so yeah, seeing some big accidents here.
Technical assessment of what went wrong.
This looks like a course vehicle.
Yes, Sao Bras Villa Franca.
Whoa!
16.18 kilometres, or indeed not.
Having a bit of a spin. The crowd loved it. Oh! Don't do that.
Comes in probably a little hot, and the fans are congested in the garage here.
Have you seen that video of there is this one Italian Grand Prix where Schumacher won in a Ferrari? I think it was 2000, and of course the Tifosi absolutely stormed the track, and you see Schumacher just kind of weaving through the fans and only just missing several of them. It's quite crazy. Obviously Kyle Busch could do with some tips. Some Porsche Super Cup now. That's a big jump start.
A brief confusion at the start caused by the red light sequence leads to a mix-up of the field after the first corner.
Yeah, something went very wrong there. Because you saw that some of the cars went and some of the cars didn't. And then one of the cars behind saw the leaders going and was like, oh, guess we're going then. I'd love to see the red lights in that sequence to actually see kind of what they were doing at the time, and exactly what went wrong. We had that in a sim race once, because the final, basically how it's supposed to happen is there's supposed to be 5 red lights that come on in this lighting gantry at the front of the field, and when those 5 red lights go out, that's when the race starts. The trouble is, in this one sim race that I did ages ago, the track model we were using, no one had been actually been bothered to test whether the red lights worked for some reason. And the last row of red lights was green. So as you can imagine, several of the cars went kind of as they saw the green lights, and several of the other cars were waiting for the lights to go out. And that is exactly why I now use there's like a timer that appears when the race starts, and I use that because that shows the exact moment the race starts every time, no matter what the lighting gantry is doing. Some Nissan Micras now. I think I've seen this clip. This is like some crazy avoidance, right? There's gonna be like a big crash that happens ahead of this guy, and he's just gonna avoid the whole thing like a boss. Throw a little left-hander there. Yep, here it goes. There's a guy flipping over on the right-hand side. There's people bouncing off the wall on the left, and brilliant stuff. Absolutely brilliant. That's textbook. You just slow the car down, wait for a gap, and then as soon as you see the gap, you floor it, and that's how you get through wrecks like this. Now, ARCA. ARCA. Are we going to see some famous ARCA brakes moments? Meaning, drivers just not braking and going straight into the guy in front. Actually, look, it looks as if someone's dropped... Is that like a flag from the flag stand? It looks like someone's dropped something.
Dropped the flag out of
the
flag stand. Right? It's the move over flag. And it's getting moved over.
You need to be careful with that, because that could easily get into like a car radiator or something and do a lot of damage. I mean, it's a solid piece of wood in that, and it could like cover up the radiator and make the car overheat. That's not good.
As the breeze comes off these cars down the front straightaway.
Guys, but most of them in the garage here felt like they were going to be okay pitting this.
Oh, there it is.
Right there.
It's a good job it's not a caution flag, because then the marshal would be like, oh, quick, wave the caution flag. Wait, I can't. It's on the track. Ah!
Right out of the flag stand.
Rob Bell is right there, so British cars first, second and third as they Brexit the last corner.
Commentators always do things like this. If you missed what that was, the commentator said, right, so there are British cars first, second and third as they Brexit the last corner. Of course, in reference to the Brexit thing that was going on at the time. I remember watching this race and I picked up on that. But commentators do that all the time. I remember watching another broadcast during the 2020 US presidential election, where there was a battle between two cars, and then one of them overtook the other. And the way the commentator described it was, okay, so he's just been biding his time, and now he's trumped him. And I just thought that was so funny. I love it when commentators do that.
Two get forced. Almost looks like a parachute hit the camera that was mounted on the wall.
I mean, the high definition camera right
Whoa!
there, formerly?
Took it out. What happens when these cars start?
Yeah, formerly.
They put a lot of fuel volume in the car. You can see that cylinder go out. That loses depth.
That guy got so lucky, because I mean, it's a good job that camera's not manned. But yeah, that funny car there was traveling so fast, and I mean, a good save, very good save. Watch the camera. Watch the camera.
John, we need you down at the compound, brother. We got to talk about this.
Oh, you can't really see it, but it got absolutely wiped out there.
Here's the end of the race once again.
Oh, that's Austin Dillon's famous wreck at the end of the Daytona 500. 2015, I think?
Soft walls and
might have been the Coke 0400. Is this going to be another crazy avoidance clip? Oh my god. Cars flying everywhere, but yeah, really good.
There it is. He's going to get him right here.
I think it's going to be a drag race to the line.
Some more NASCAR from Charlotte.
He's got the momentum.
Don't wreck.
They touch.
Carl Larson and Chase Elliott. Close one.
Are you kidding me?
Those two still have a rivalry going on to this day. Not necessarily about that incident, but they have some history. Is this a jet car? Oh, it's a jump! It's a stunt! Whoa! And then the car parachutes down. That's so dangerous, man. Into a lake, too. That still looked like a pretty hard hit. I mean, water's not exactly soft. It's not Minecraft. Yikes. Yikes, that was bad. One thing I noticed about that clip, actually, if I move my face across the screen slightly and then play it again, you can see that they actually, behind the video title here, you can see that they've actually ripped it from another video there, a playlist by the looks of things. And yeah, naughty naughty. And that's the trouble with Armco barriers. They're very good for deflecting cars at high speed like that, which is why you often see them along straights, because they don't bring the car to a sudden stop like a tyre barrier might. But the trouble is, when you put them on the outside of fast corners like that, and cars go bouncing off them, they just kind of deflect and flick the cars up in the air. Or, even worse, they sometimes just break and the car goes through the middle. They've got better at not doing that in recent years, but even so, I mean, you still get accidents like this quite often. There's no real alternative though, because you can't really have concrete walls there. You need like safer barriers or whatever. Is this Surface Paradise? Yes, I think it is. Oh. I'm still amazed that no one was hurt in this accident. I can't remember exactly what year this was, but this was the kart or IndyCar or something from Surface Paradise in Australia. And it's one of the starts or restarts. And the trouble with starts or restarts is that you have to really communicate with your opponents through the body language of your car. You have to kind of go and then commit to going. Although in the rain that becomes super difficult because you need visibility to be able to see what your opponents are actually doing. And with all the spray being kicked up behind the rear wheels of the car in front, I mean, you just have to kind of guess. But yeah, that race should not have been started in conditions like that, and with so many cars flipping over and going into each other's cockpits or whatever, I am amazed that no one was seriously hurt.
His Mahindra bike was on the floor, so we'll have to see what happens here. Look what Manzi just ran into the back of Oliveira. He was looking at a big screen,
yeah,
sitting on the back of the Red Bull KTMI. Oliveira shaked his head, and quite rightly. Still one of
the strangest instances I've ever seen. That one is. I mean, like, how does he not see him? The commentators say he was. Oh my goodness. The commentators say he was like looking at a big screen or something. But like, was he? I mean, oh yeah, you can kind of see that. And then he looks back and just kind of doesn't have time to react. But like, it's so weird. You often get that at like race starts or whatever, when there's a car stalled on the grid and another one coming from behind, and it has like all the visibility in the world, but still just runs into the back of that car. It's sometimes because if you're looking at something, your brain kind of automatically aims towards it, and you are most likely to hit it. But yeah, it's weird when you see crashes like that, because you're like, did you not see him? What?
Back of the Red Bull KTMI. Oliveira shaked his head, and quite rightly. Manzi sort of said, what's going on?
In this Dunlop series, here it is again in real time.
Whoa.
Listen to this.
Oh, that was so nearly a great save.
You're a fine ride for young James Golding.
That's such a dangerous chicane as well. So many big accidents through there. Because the curbs are so big. That would have hurt. As he came down there, that would have really, really hurt his back. Just kind of, I mean, you sit basically on the floor in a race car. There's very, very little suspension and not much in the way of comfort. It's all being kind of stripped out or whatever. So when you go up in the air like that, and then you come down, it's not like if you were doing it kind of in a road car or whatever, where it would still be pretty bad. It's even worse, I'm afraid.
And we're going to take you back to show you something pretty zany. Steve, match it if you will.
1, 2, 3, 4,
5, 6, 7.
I can't quite get to 8, Lee.
And the winning number is, and the supplementary is.
I'll go 7 with a possible 8. Look at that.
Can you imagine if that's what our finish is like?
I can't believe they got through that safely. Unfortunately, I believe this was during the 2015 race at Pocono in IndyCar, and sadly, later on that same day, there would be a fatal accident. Luckily, though, they all got through this one okay.
Tänään keilaradalla, huomenna ties missä.
Missä palloa siinä?
Oh, this is one way to celebrate.
Sieltä täys kaato. Ei tule.
Look at that one guy.
Horjuu ja kaato.
Are those marshals or what? I don't know, but great sports. Anyway, that's all we got time for today. As you can see, the video has come to an end. I did skip out on a couple of clips. There were some that were a little too rude to show on this YouTube channel. So if you are going to go and check out the original, you know, please be aware of that. And there were some others that overlapped with the previous video that I've done. So some clips that I'd already seen and reacted to on this channel. But anyway, I showed the majority of this video. If you'd like me to react to some more funny videos, some more racing moments or whatever, you know, please let me know. And I will see you in the next one. So thank you all very much for watching, and goodbye.